Hello, everybody. It's your boy, conservative, intelligent, and assertive gentleman. Like Kevin Samuels used to say, subscribe right there. Hit that like button. Man, I mean, the streets, man, it took a minute to try to get this show together about this attorney general stuff. And the last election, I knew it was some things funny. And the reason why I knew it was some things funny, because all of these politicians that share my complexion and my fellow friends and them complexion never brought back to the table to talk about that lift every voice plan. So as a result of this, and it's like the only thing that I did in the legal sense of things is that, you know, I used to be an independent attorney server. But man, when I saw the streets hit, knowing that, you know, all sides, all cultures have attorneys and lawyers in their family and in their particular race, because I said, man, they're gonna spend all of the Joe Biden election time going after Trump. So that should have brought something to our brain, that something must be up with Joe Biden. So to get this show started, let's just look at the past smoke that Letitia James had for Donald. And I like to say
because she has been.
And I like to say fair use. Let me make sure I'm not struggle screaming. Let me blow that up then. So, and then I'm also bring up my boy, the attorney from South Central, Dennis Burden, because he gave all of them fair warnings, subtle cues at first. So like, man, don't y'all think I need to back off of it? Let them people handle their business. If they got something on them, they have their own attorney. But nah. Somehow they got manipulated, thinking, I guess they thought they was going to have a book that was going to come out. So let's hear what Red Table Talk
been referred to the DOJ. All of a sudden now Donald Trump is the bully. It doesn't make any sense. Now, before I get into all her crimes, I want to give you a flashback on who Letitia James is and who really is the bully. Watch.
To bring Trumpism to New York City.
He's called me disgraceful.
They stole the Supreme Court seat. An illegitimate president and an illegitimate member of the United States Supreme Court.
He's called me radical.
Listen, yes, we know he's crazy. We know he doesn't have a sound mind. We know he's out of control. We know he's losing it. We know his days are numbered and we will come together.
He's called me a racist.
We got to stand up to an administration which is too male, too pale, and too stale.
Now, did y'all hear that? Too male, too pale, and too stale. But yet the ones on the left, look how those two Caucasian men is looking right there. That guy not really smiling, and the other one bite his teeth and gums. See the one that's so let's.
Too male, too pale, and too stale. Too male, too pale, and too stale.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys just saw that. Too male, too pale, too stale. This is who Letitia James is, okay? Now, how is that not bullying? You're talking.
See, it sure is. And then you got to look at this part.
New York Attorney General Letitia James. The Federal Housing Finance Agency has sent a criminal referral to the DOJ accusing James of mortgage fraud. In a letter to Attorney General Pam Bondi, Director Bill Pulte says James appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms. He cited a property in Virginia that she's allegedly claimed as her principal residence and a property in New York that she claimed as a 4-unit structure instead of a 5, which Pulte says means she was able to get a different type and more favorable loan.
Well, obviously, the irony is perfectly crushing. This is a person who prosecuted Trump for everything short of ripping a label off a mattress. And among the charges that were brought in New York, in not just a civil but the criminal case, was making false or misleading statements to financial institutions. And one of these sections, Section 1014 of the federal code, is prosecuted. It took me about 60 seconds of a search to find cases that the Department of Justice brought against people who falsely claimed that property was their principal residence in order to get loans. So this is well-tread areas for the Justice Department. As for James, if we applied Letitia James' standard that she created, there'd be little question here. This seems pretty straightforward, what the administration is saying.
So feel free to go over there, y'all, to check out some of that show, because now we finna get over here to where my homeboy from South Central, I may bring up when he gave them the warning about like a couple of years ago, but before that, man, I mean, like when you sit up for these shows, you be having to like take notes. It's like, you know, I don't think that her constituents in New York wanted Attorney General to jump in on something that on the left to jump in on letting illegal immigrants in. She wasn't trying to stop that. Even though the voters in New York were saying, what's up with this? Wasn't trying to stop that. It was only one mission and one mission only. So, you know, man, let's go over here and check out what my boy Dennis was having. Now, some of his is real funny. Y'all gonna crack up because, man, he's gonna bring up some folks up in his feed. He got a big fan base. Go over there and check the brother out because, I mean, see, this is fair use. Let me see if I can get back to the page, man, because, boy, shit, I met this guy that's coming up next right out there when I went to the Black Manosphere Conclave, and, you know, he is a dynamite speaker. So check it. Check
out there, man. Get you some apple cider vinegar. It's really good for you. I'm just saying. I mean, we don't need to do a health tip, but that's what I'm drinking. I don't do. Somebody said moonshot. Man, get up out of here, boy. Shout out to everybody who contributed to the super chat, the cash app, and the paper. But let's listen to Letitia James. Now, you guys know Letitia James.
Dennis Sperling.
This handsome young woman here, basically conjured up some sort of accounting violation and got a judgment in a court.
Let's be
saying this dude owes Donald Trump owes $500 million, right? She campaigned on going after Donald Trump. I just want y'all to understand that, okay? She campaigned on putting him in jail. So now here we are, and the tables have turned. It's one thing to be the attorney general in a state. It's a whole other thing to be the president of the United States. And so I want you to hear somebody type scared in the chat room. Somebody type scared. If this is what scared looks like. I want y'all to listen to this little lady. Come on.
Democratic AGs across this country to make sure that we would be ready to respond to any attempt to roll back our
Listen.
Democratic AGs across this country to make sure that we would be ready to respond to any attempt to roll back our rights.
No, baby girl. He not going after all the attorney generals around the country.
Sure no.
Okay, he coming after you. All right, that's who he's coming at. He ain't coming after all the AGs around the country. He's coming after you. You are the attorney general of the state of Florida, of Texas. That's what's on my mind. Of New York, to try to take this man for $500 million. It's one thing to take the man freedom, but you take his money. He can't even afford to pay for his children. This man had to literally go out and beg Elon Musk and some other companies so he could put a bond up so he wouldn't have to start selling his buildings. This is what you did to this man. You purposely targeted this man. He's not going after nobody else. You were the one on the list, boo. You.
So here we are.
Here we are.
We studied their platforms.
We studied their platform, son.
We've identified certain possibilities, fact patterns.
We
We
got
created
identified
contingency plans.
Fact pattern,
So no
contingency
matter what
plan.
the next administration
No
throws
matter
at
what
us,
moment, son.
we're ready.
We ready, son.
We're ready to respond to their
We
attacks.
ready for action, yo.
We're ready to respond to any attempts to cut or eliminate any funding to the great state of New York, as the governor outlined.
You want smoke, son? We got it. We got it, son. Finish, son. Finito, son. We coming with it, yo. Bring it. Bring it.
So despite what has happened,
Despite what? Say again. Let's hear that again. Come on.
so no matter what the next administration throws at us,
What did he throw at us, son?
We're ready.
We ready. We think we ready.
we're ready to respond to their attacks.
I don't think you ready, though. You ain't ready.
We're ready to respond to any attempts
You are-
to cut or eliminate any funding to
Nah,
the great
nah.
state of New York, as the governor
No,
outlined.
he like New York. He coming for you. Okay, you about to get an interference with elections charge by whoever is going to be the next Attorney General of the United States, little lady. That's what's about to happen to you. You and Judge Michonne and Fannie Willis and her boyfriend, all of you. That's what's happening, baby girl. You are.
Did y'all hear him? Did y'all hear him? Because it's like, you know, this is fair use. Shit, he gave them some warning. Yeah, a couple of years ago, everybody was listening to that show like, man. And by the way, our boy Dennis Burton right there, he's the attorney of the year. The attorney of the year. And if you don't believe me, just research him. You'll see what kind of questions he's asked before he get into like lawsuits. He's attorney in several states. Man, I'm telling you, man. But let's look at the other people I have on the thumbnail real quick. Fair use, because man, the other people, woo. CBS News. See, what cracks me up about CBS News, they like somewhat on the wishy-washy playing field. It's like 1 minute they seem like your friend, and the next minute they seem like they're not. I don't know what's going on with this. So, fair use, yeah. Let's trip off of this. See, and I'm going to show you these two women. I wonder why the Democratic Party, the left, didn't choose any of the attorneys that look like these two women. I know I would have. you know what I'm saying? See, look, why they didn't use these two? Fair use.
New York Attorney General Letitia James' office is blasting a federal criminal referral, potentially targeting the AG. The Department of Justice is being asked to investigate after the director of the Federal Housing Finance Agency claimed that James falsified records for home loans in Virginia. The referral says James listed a Virginia property as her principal residence in 2023, despite holding office in New York. Federal officials also say James misrepresented the number of units at a Brooklyn property and previously listed her father as a spouse for more favorable loans. A spokesperson for James released a statement reading, "Attorney General James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers, especially as this administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and the Constitution. She will not be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are." Joining us for a closer look at the referral is legal expert Nicole Bernecki. Nicole, thank you for joining us. This referral comes after James launched a civil fraud trial into the Trump organization. Do you anticipate action from the DOJ, including criminal charges?
Do they really look like they concerned for her?
Good afternoon, Cindy. Thank you for having me. I think we all remember the big, bold civil fraud case that she brought against Trump and prevailed. And she has built her entire career on exposing deception. So right now, it's a very problematic situation for her because she's being accused of the same act that she accused Trump of. And I think there's a high probability that they will go after her. Civil fraud is when you sign a declaration or make any statement to obtain some favorable outcome, some benefits of any type. So in this particular case, it would be more favorable mortgage terms. If that is proof, then that constitutes civil fraud.
So the referral mentions other mortgage fraud cases involving public figures in other parts of the country. Does that precedent hold any weight?
Precedents hold weight in terms of federal law. So if this is prosecuted as a federal act and these prior acts were also federal, then it definitely holds a precedent because it pertains to the same statutes.
Now, some of the allegations are...
So feel free to go and check out that CBS News thing right there, because, man, it's a whole lot of things jumping out here in these streets. So, you know, these individuals then got caught up. I know that Dennis wasn't the only one warning them, and it was some other attorneys up there warning them about, like, what are y'all doing? Why is y'all in the streets like this? What kind of smoke do y'all have for? Man, these folks. So, you know, I seen one more, and I sure would like to find it because, man, it's a good one. Shit, it's from the paralegal guy. Oh, maybe I can find it. But until then, you know, legal school. Yeah, right here. Here we go. Fair use, because this one, now I didn't get a chance to look at this one because this is another person that, you know, I seen it on the side and I had to use my brain very carefully to see if I can use it. So, you know, man, this is like just, I just can't say enough.
What's important? That attorneys general representing our respective states stand up and enforce the rule of law. The president of the United
Always come out
States
the rule of
is
law.
not above the law. No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules. Please see what impressed. Oh, we're going to be
A few moments later.
And now the Trump Justice Department may be a pain in her you-know-what.
And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, people. You know, it helps us out a ton. And it only takes you a little flick of the finger, which is well worth it. When you say that's well worth it. Now, y'all, this is the day. This is the day that we've been talking about for several weeks now. Your girl, Letitia James, has been officially referred to the Department of Justice for a criminal investigation into the allegations that she has committed not one, not two, but many different instances of mortgage fraud spanning over several decades. So
Wow. So that's all I wanted y'all to see. So feel free to go over there and check out that. I may come back with some more. I don't like to keep things all caught up. But man, we need to just let our folks know, man. Like, you know, all money ain't good money, they normally say. It's like getting caught up in this fame thing and cameras and lights. But then in the back of our head, some of us may say, like, were they threatened? But then it's another thing. I'm gonna start changing my show too to talk on relationships. Where's the covering for these women? What kind of covering they have around them? Like, especially a covering of, of marriage and things of that nature. Marriage, or not only marriage, but were they combative to the ones that's in their circle that was giving them advice? Do you think that's a good idea, or is this just some real addicted type of behavior when it comes to camera and being the center of attention? Let me know. Until then, you know, thank y'all for just checking into this show. I know I sound all calm. It took a minute to get this show started, but that's what I'm thinking about, is that a lot of these women going berserker because of the covering. I don't know if they've just been in a lot of toxic relationships, but they need to find them a certified, intelligent, and assertive man or something going out there. Like our boy Kevin Samuels used to say, baby, see it.